Everybody. Yeah! Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to another edition, episode 12 of the American Idiot Show, featuring the triumphant return of the Southern Gooner. Let's start out with Southern Gooner first. Matt, how are you doing, man?
Doing good, peeps. Doing good. Friday's always a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys can see, me and Matt are on vacation. We are on vacation from this football club because this football club went on vacation from football. I will get rid of the glasses as soon as the season is over.
Thank God.
I picked the shtick. Now I got to stick to it. You know,
that's right.
I got to stick to it. All right, let's introduce our next guest, Jez, the legend, coming off of an absolutely legendary solo show. He'll never admit to it, but it was an absolutely legendary show. Jez, how you doing, man?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Yeah, love being back on the stream here, as always, on a Friday evening. And thanks for saying about the show earlier. Yeah, it's nice. I love having panel. I do love having people on the stream. Tonight didn't happen, so I did it on my own. I haven't done it on my own for ages. And sometimes it's nice because you can actually interact with the guys in the comments section. And it was madness tonight. The comments, man, I just couldn't keep up with them. But I loved it. But big up to you guys. I just want to say, the young chap in here, Early Doors Football TV, I've subscribed to you, man. And big up to you. New channel. And good luck with it, friend. Good luck.
Yeah, big up. I saw that he subscribed to me too. Probably coming over from your channel too. So yeah, big up, Mr. Early Doors Football TV. Go and sub. If you are inside, go and sub. We sub to the real ones around here and we support each other. That is facts. Let's go to the regulars. Let's go over to my co-host with the most, Dal. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great on this Friday, TJ. You're on vacation. I'm not. I'm still furious, and I'm not looking forward to Sunday. But other than that, it's Friday. It feels great. You know, had some lunch, ready to get into it, man. Let's go.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Big up Danny, by the way. Danny's a legend in these chats, too. Glad you're here, Danny. Let's bring it over to the young chap. The handsomest guy. Second to me, obviously, cool. On this channel.
Oh, no, Jez is top.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I mixed that up. How about in my age bracket?
Are you drunk? Are you drunk?
He's half drunk, Jazz. He's getting there.
No, Connor just came from the pub. Connor, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good. It was beautiful today in the UK over here, and so I was out beforehand and it was trying to bring in all the sun because it has been terrible weather over the last couple of weeks here in the UK. So it's been lovely and summer's coming. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the show. Love the American Idiot Show, man. It's always a laugh. So big up to everyone on the panel and the chat as well. Thank you for all coming along.
Yeah,
and,
we got
looking forward to this, man.
We got all sorts of legends in the chat. We got Carl Rossi in the chat. We got Luke James in the chat. We got AZ Gooner in the chat. Manny in the chat. Big up. We got who else we got in here? Jamino in the chat. Jamino, happy birthday, Jamino.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Today is Jamino's birthday. He's turning 16.
What?
Yumba.
60. I thought you said 60.
I thought he would have been at least 45.
He's a wise young man.
Connor. Who hates Declan Rice.
Yeah, he really doesn't like Declan Rice.
Yeah.
He really doesn't. We got Luca inside. Big up, Luca. Luca. Gary. Big up, Gary. DWTT. Go and sub to DWTT.
D-man.
Absolutely legend. Absolutely legendary. Gary, we got to talk about if we're going to meet up in Washington for a pint, Washington, D.C., to watch these Arsenal players play against the best that the MLS can offer. All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, Carl Rossi says turning 16 and more knowledgeable than the fan base. Yeah. Facts. Okay, let's get into it, guys. We are going to go ahead and talk about some transfer news, some signings, and then we will get into the Premier League predictions. And most likely we'll go off the rails. Let's be honest. But let's talk about Bukayo Saka, guys. I'm very, very glad that we have that the PR machine that Arsenal is finally decided to roll out what was done back in February. We all knew that it was coming. I'm just surprised that there wasn't a tracksuit that came along with it. You know what I mean?
To be fair, the new warm-up kit.
He signed wearing the new warm-up kit, so never mind. You're right. You're absolutely right. But I'm really glad we got him locked up. According to transfermarket.us, he is the third highest valued player in the Premier League.
Wow.
So to have him locked up for as long as we do is fantastic. Can you guys tell me? Okay, first of all, in the chat, without looking, and then I'll give it over to Dal. Who can tell me who number 1 and number 2 are?
It's one of them's got to be maybe KDB.
Nope. Right team, wrong player.
Haaland.
That's one.
Second. I'm trying to think. Is this someone at Chelsea?
You got an echo, Connor.
Oh, do I?
It might be me. Hold on. I'm not wearing headphones right now, so I do have echo cancellation on. Who can say 2?
It's Haaland and not another Man City player.
No, it is another Man City player. Yes.
Kevin De Bruyne, man.
Nope.
Is it not Kevin De Bruyne?
Nope.
Ederson.
Nope.
Ruben Diaz?
No.
Nope. You're on mute.
Jack Grealish.
Nope.
Phil Foden.
Right. There you go. That's
Phil
it.
Foden.
Did you look that up? Did you look that up, Dal?
No,
I'm just kidding.
right here.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. Erling Haaland valued at 170, and then Phil Foden and Bukayo Saka both valued at 110.
Damn. Wow.
But Bukayo Saka's better, and the reason why is because he's quicker, he has more goals. We have seen a lot of Saka stuff in the last 8 games and hasn't looked really good, but that shouldn't keep him from signing. I agree, TJ. It's a great signing, and to be honest though, I kind of thought he was going to sign, but I'm more worried about who his backup's going to be when he burns out after the first 5 games.
Oh, Reece Nelson. Don't worry, Reece Nelson is here.
So I'm more concerned about the backup signing than I am Saka signing himself. But it is a great signing, and that's really great news that we have at least a top 5 player with some value behind him. So whenever we go to sell him, let's make sure we get some money other than 0, right? Or let's get more than 30 million. But yeah, I think it's a great signing, TJ. I just hope that he performs and doesn't get burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. 100%.
That Reece Nelson deal, that is so clear and evident of the fact that we're not signing a winger this summer. That is so clear because we know for a fact that that's going to be now the reason why we do not sign a winger this summer. Because even though we need one to compete, and I'm not taking away that Reece has come on this season on the bench a few times and made a difference. I.e., the most memorable one is the Bournemouth game at the end of the game and scored the 3rd goal. But is that worth a 4-year contract, guys? And he's not even worth a lot.
He scored 2 against West Ham, right? Early in the season.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. But yeah, I don't think 3 goals in the Prem are worth 4 more years.
It's ridiculous. Why does he need to? And a 4-year contract? He's going to be 28 by the time that finishes if he does stay the whole run. Like literally, it is literally we're doing it to save money, and that's when the whole war chest thing goes out the window because there's obviously no war chest or no extended amount of money that we've got. Because if we're really trying to keep Reece Nelson after he's had a couple of good games, and we know he's not going to start. I don't know how he doesn't know in himself that he's not going to start, in my opinion, anyway. So I don't understand why we're well, I do understand why we're doing it. It's because we now know we're not going to sign a winger. It's Arsenal's excuse to not sign a better winger to compete with Saka or even Martinelli or even Trossard in the summer.
For me, Connor, it even goes further than that. It's the Arsenal emotion, like we've talked about before. It's coddling to these players that have underperformed for the last 5-6 years, and then they have a couple of great games, and get him a new contract. It's the same story that we've heard over and over for subpar players that really are championship level, players. When he was on loan in the Bundesliga, somebody in the chat tell me which club. I think it was Hertha Berlin. He was tearing up trees there. And then we bring him back and we bring him back because he has a good loan spell, and then we don't play him. It's complete Arsenal all over again. It's infuriating. And that's why I was saying before, I'm more worried about the backup for Saka than I am signing Saka himself.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
100%.
Matt, do you agree that this is a good indication that we're not going to see a Moussa Diaby or reinforcements on the wing?
I mean, this is right out of the Arsenal playbook. I mean, we give you one thing and take away another. We show you one hand, we throw a rock and hide in the hand. I mean, this is we're getting ready to go into the Champions League next year, man. And I mean, first off, this whole deal with Reece Nelson, man, 4 years. First off, Kyle, I was listening to Kyle and Del Boy yesterday, and Kyle hit it on the head. At the second time you went back to Reece Nelson, he said, no, you should just pull. Okay, all right, well, we're going to go in another direction, Instead, it's like we're begging players that we know for a fact on this panel that Reece Nelson is not going to lead this team to the promised land. That's not to say he's a bad player.
Yeah.
But we need players that's going to lead us to the promised land, especially coming off of this season. And this is another indicator that once again, we're going to play Uncle Scrooge in the transfer window. And we're going to end up, I told you, we're going to end up getting some dude from West Egypt that we know nothing about. And then they're going to hype him up. They're going to put him on a 3 or 4 year deal. And what they do? It's the same old song and dance. It's ridiculous that we can't. I'm sitting here looking at Liverpool this week. McAllister over the line, no problem. Top dollar. I just saw some Ugarte fella, $52.9 million just about over the line. And here we are begging squad players to come back. We're begging squad players to come back in this team to get us over the line. And it really, man, it really winds me up, man, with Edu. I just his ineptability in the transfer market is uncanny to none, man. I mean, you got players like Madison going down. You got all kinds of goodies that you can go down to the supermarket to get starting tomorrow, Sunday, and we up here fumbling around with has-been players. Reece Nelson should have been sold for $15-20 million, and you need to sell Eddie Nketiah, Vieira. It's a whole bunch of them need to go. But what does Arsenal do? They reward mediocrity. They do it all the time, and so we know what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. As soon as Sunday ends, we're going to get you're going to see the Charles Watts in the London Arsenal committee writers or whatever you call them. The transfer mafia is going to show up. And they're going to come out there with these links, and all these links are going to be worth nothing. This year, what I said I was going to do is I'm going to keep record of all these links, and at the end of the transfer market, I'm going to just roll it out so that say, here, this is what we were linked with on this day. This is what we ended up with.
Yeah.
And so just to stop putting stock into a lot of that stuff, man, because Arsenal's not going to do right, man. I'm convinced we'll probably get one major signing, one.
Facts.
One, and then it's going to be pretty much what they're going to start touting out as well. This team pushed Man City all the way to the brink, so we really don't need to do anything but just add a little something to it.
Right,
Yep.
That's exactly what they're thinking, Matt. That's 100% correct. That is exactly what they're thinking, and it only makes sense to go sell Granit Xhaka to Bayer Leverkusen and go get Diaby. I mean, it just makes the most sense. But of course, they're not going to do that. And that's just the most infuriating thing. They're putting their emotion and our title chances next year again on Reece Nelson.
Yeah.
No, it's unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate.
It's ridiculous. What do you think, Jez?
Because he had two or three good games. That's literally it.
I want to welcome Dr. Seymour Butts, Arsenal FC proctologist, to the chat. Make sure you're smashing the sub because this guy's definitely new. I'm assuming he is trying to remove Arsenal supporters' heads from their rear ends, or at least that's what I hope. So yeah, he says, can anybody comprehend how this club is selling a match day worn kick for $2K? I actually looked that up. And I'm only familiar with the other end of the body. Apparently that's your profession. I'll comment on this real quick. I did go to Arsenal's website and look up, like memorabilia, and you can buy for $2,000 or thereabouts a match worn shirt from Gabriel Magalhaes from the draw, Matt, against Southampton. Go ahead, Matt. Go and get it. Go buy it right now.
Wow, they actually do.
Yeah.
You can buy a £1,000 Jorginho kit. Get out of here.
From the loss, from a losing game.
We know what to get Jez for his birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Jez.
We're going to get you a sweaty Gabrielle shirt.
Somebody get Jez a Gabrielle shirt, a used one. Hopefully they didn't wash it.
That is nuts.
At this rate, you might as well just save up to get one for the dog.
Wow.
So what do you think, Jez? We think we're gonna go to the glory land with Reece Nelson at right wing?
No. No chance. I think Manny earlier, a couple of comments back, put it out there. We have a player called Pepe. Record signing, £72 million. And we outed him because of this arrogant arsehole that is Mikel Arteta. And I've said this for the last 3 years. If Mikel Arteta, you question him, you don't like him, you don't agree with him, he'll out you. £72 million. I know it wasn't his signing because he wanted his team. His team. Well, may I just put this out there, fellas?
Yeah, put it out.
Certain manager, Unai Emery, Aston Villa, took them from relegation to where they are now. And next season, Aston Villa will be in the mix. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Agreed.
Pepe is a class player. He couldn't play the way that Arteta wanted to because he didn't fit his system. I'm sorry, Mikel Arteta, your system is crap. And you've proved it. You have proved it time in, time out. I said on my channel earlier, I'm not going to repeat it on yours, but the guy is a clown. He hasn't got us over the line. He's had 3.5 years. And he hasn't proved it. He hasn't done it. And it's time to go. Because at the end of the day, Champions League coming up, will we get these players in? I doubt it. Because we are looking, again, going backwards. Reece Nelson, no. Sorry, you ain't good enough. You haven't been in the team hardly any time this season. Yes, you scored a great goal to win the game against Bournemouth. Fantastic. Brilliant. It's not enough. It's not enough, people.
Mm-hmm.
We have crap in this club, but we need to get rid of £200 million war chest. Oh, right. So we'll spend £100 million on Declan Rice. Right. Brilliant. Casado, what? 42 million. And we still haven't got a striker. And the statement the other day was we'll get rid of 8 and get in 5. Excuse me, people. Last time I was at school, with the weak squad we've got already, that leaves us -3. Sorry, that doesn't actually compute with my brain, because if you've got 24 players, you get rid of 5. Sorry, you get rid of 8, bring in 5. You're now down to 25 players.
21.
So, 21. Beg your pardon. We're even worse than we were before.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the excuse for that will be, Jez, then we keep all these drops that are out on loan. We'll probably end up keeping Sammy Lakonga. We'll keep Balogun, which I'm happy about.
Cedric Suarez.
You know, yeah,
He's done a
Cedric
great
Suarez.
season.
And that'll be the excuse, Jez. That'll be the excuse. We couldn't afford it, so we'll get all these guys back on loan who we don't want and we can't sell. That's why we loan them out. But we're going to have to keep them because we don't have enough squad depth.
But Reece Nelson, to me, is still a Wenger hangover. It just makes no freaking sense in any way, shape, or form to sign him up. Why? It's obvious that is he just looking for a paycheck? Does he even know? Does he even know that he's going to play?
He said he wanted to leave. He didn't want to be here. He wanted to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it makes no sense. Like, why would he just go back on his word for more money and with the promise of playing more games? I mean, Arteta's made promises to players off and on that never came true.
You know what this reeks of, right?
Not trustworthy.
This reeks of Rob Holding all over again.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A player that really,
Wenger hangover.
Yeah, a player that really has no aspirations, and you know, and I like Reece Nelson, man, but you know, he's not worth 4 years. He's not worth 4 years. We should have moved him on. There are teams out there that could do with him. There are teams that could, you know, probably, you know, these little bottom tier teams that would be more than glad. He'd probably go there and do a bang up job. He'd go to Fulham, do a good job. This Cedric Suarez deal. Cedric Suarez, we're going to pay this guy. I know what's going to happen. I told you I know Arsenal backwards and forward. Probably sometime this summer, you're going to hear Arsenal bought him out. We're going to pay him $2 million to leave. That's another $2 million to leave. And I'm going to say it again. Me and Tony Clark Gunner, we're going to do this transfer show this summer. And when we pull these numbers up, when you see how much money we make on players going out, it is going to blow your mind. We are one of the worst selling clubs in all of football across the entire world. That's including the MLS. We're worst.
Because we bought crap for so long, bro.
Yeah. And
wait a minute. I thought we were protecting. I thought we were the club that was good at protecting value.
No. The only thing I'll be honest with you, man. The only thing that saved us, if we hadn't overperformed this year, we'd be in real bad trouble, man. If we would have not gotten Europe this year, we've been in massive trouble with some of these players because the contracts, the money, we're rewarded 4 years, y'all. You know, when you sign a player for 4 years, you think that's like Saka. You know, you're looking for a player like that for 4 years, 5 years, long term. Saliba, you know, you tell me Reece Nelson 4 years, turned down 3 times. This is, I mean, this shows the state of Arsenal Football Club, and we've still got these channels and people still running right here. Pandering is investing is wrong, and when you see deals like this, man, it's ludicrous. I mean, $35 million for Vieira, 25 for Kivior. It's $50 million. That's you're telling me we couldn't go out and get 2 Premier League proven quality players for $50 million. I mean, you can't sell it to me in any other way, man. Arteta and Edu, man, they are running a scam. This is a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, no, 100%. Just want to big up Mr. Where'd he go? Tony's here. Tony, I'm doing the Kansas City Shuffle as we speak. Big up, Tony. Real quick, I had a highlighted one. Matt, Gary wanted you to.
I know he's trolling.
He wanted you to buy him the city away.
I'll get him the away kit that Eduardo scored in. When he played City. I'll get him that one. I'm not buying him.
There's a Giroud one, I think, too, floating around somewhere. You can probably.
I'll get him the one that Eduardo hit that back that volley, that back heel volley.
Yeah, and this funny comment from Jamia. Rob Holding couldn't locate a clean sheet in a washing machine. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of nervous, TJ, about what we're going to get with Saka, to be honest. The more I think about it, he just signed a big contract. We thought, some of us, in the fan base thought that his performances were kind of lackluster, like the last 6, 7, 8 games. And some of us, I think, thought it was down to a contract not being signed, right? But then some of us said, well, it was pretty much done in April. But I'm concerned about the start of the season and what Saka we're going to get.
So
that's what I'm
one
really worried about.
thing. Not to interrupt you, Dal, sorry.
Sure.
But one thing that I learned today is that Saka has been playing on an injury for several weeks. He's doubtful for Wolves, and I think Trossard is as well. So it's one of those things where
who do we have left? Who do we have left?
Does it really matter,
Martinelli's
Connor?
up, too.
Does it really matter? Like Reece Nelson.
God.
And I would like,
got
I
Martinelli.
actually would like, we don't usually do this on this show, but I do like, given the injury news and I will talk about the injury news after we're done with the transfer talk. But Saka probably won't play on Sunday, which is fine in my opinion. Like this game means absolutely nothing. And like whether or not that's true, who knows? But yeah, Saka is doubtful. I doubt he'll play. And same with Trossard. Trossard's hurting too. So I would like to hear your starting 11s here in a few minutes. But yeah, just going back to that, Dal, if he was injured, like if he truly was injured, then I would be like, okay, I get it because we were playing him into the ground. And I feel like Saka, if you give Saka the option of, hey, Saka, like, hey, Bukayo, I can tell you're hurting, you're tired. But can we give you a break? And he's not going to say, yes, I need a break. He's never going to do that. The kid is an absolute stud. He would, if there is, there's a few people I think on this team that would die for Arsenal. I think Bukayo Saka is one of them. Okay. So, I just think it's either mental or, he's taken on too much for the team. He's played way too much football in the last 365 days, let alone the past 2 years. He's been our player of the year for the last 3 years. So that's a lot of weight to carry on your shoulders. He is literally carrying this franchise on his shoulders. That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, but he didn't carry much in the last few weeks, though.
I know.
Injury, I didn't realize that. But then it's on Teta to take him out. If he's injured, he shouldn't be playing.
Well, Teta does that.
But who are we talking about here? Again, and I've done my defending of Mikel Arteta to the point where I'm just kind of like, you know what? If we are not in a certain place by Christmas and you bomb out in the UCL, I am done and I am hanging a banner.
Man, y'all giving him too much time, man. It's far for me.
I know. I get it.
Yeah, 10 games for me, man.
I know. I and you know what? I ask me after 10 games and I'll probably be right there with you. I'm just saying I attribute a lot of this to Edu and it's and the Cronkies. And a lot of people were defending the Cronkies when we were winning too. So, and I was not. So I just want to call that out and say, you know what? I'm not right about a lot, but I was right about that. And if you think the Cronkies are going to change anything about this leadership structure, I have a bridge to sell you. I have some, oceanfront property in Arizona, as they say out here in America. So yeah. That's all I have on that. Yeah. I mean, and going back to what we were talking about for resale value, I mean, look at the roster. All you got to do is look at the roster and know that we're not getting anything out of these players. We're not getting anything out of them if we try to sell them. I mean, honestly, like for example, if we tried to sell Eddie Nketiah, how much do you think we would get for him?
15, maybe 20, depending on the club. Well, I saw weren't Crystal Palace trying to get him for 25 to 30, and we said no.
Yeah,
how
it was 30. It was somebody. It was one of our players. Somebody wanted to pay 35 million for. Somebody in the chat know what I'm talking about. And we was like, no, we're not going to sell them. And that's the problem with our club is we hold on to players to their absolutely worth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm currently looking at transfer market, right? And the last time we actually made more in outgoings compared to buying, but compared to incomings, was the 17-18 season when we sold the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain for 38 mil, Alexis Sanchez for 34, Theo Walcott for 22, Szczesny for 18. So we had value in these players. But ever since then, guys, we haven't gone above 50 mil in outgoings. And we've spent around 150. So the people that think it's going to change, it's not. It's not, because I'm going to say this until September 1st. We're going to sell to buy. But the problem is, we'll have a set budget at maybe 150, because that's what we spend practically every season now. But just look at the receipts. Go on the transfer market and look at our transfer business. It is genuinely 2 good players, maybe, and then the rest, dross. I can literally name them for you right now. This season, Gabriel Jesus for 52, Zinchenko for 35. The rest, dross. Or maybe Trossard for 24, because he came in January, though. That wasn't in the summer. Last season, Odegaard, Ben White, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Lokonga, and Tavares, no. The season before that, Thomas Partey and Gabriel Magalhaes. That was it. And you had Pablo Marie, Brunison, Cedric Suarez, and Willian. Dross. The 1920 season, Nicolas Pepe, William Saliba, who he loaned out, by the way, and Kieran Tierney. The rest, dross. David Luiz, dross. Danny Ceballos, dross. Let me go back further. The season prior to that, we brought in our highest bought player before that was Lucas Torreira for 28 million. It's in the Arsenal bloodline. We buy 1 or 2 good players, and then the rest is dross. It's crap, and that's what it is. And it happens every single season. But then the excuse, guys, is going to be, but we're in the Champions League now, so we're going to sign better players. When was the last time we were in the Champions League? Was it the 16-17 season? Was that it? I think that was it, right? Well, The last time we were in the Champions League, guys, our arrivals that season, that summer, was Granit Xhaka for 45 mil, Mustafi, 41 mil, Lucas Perez for 20, Asano, and the boy himself, Rob Holding, for 3 million. That was the last time we were in the Champions League that season, and that was our signings. But apparently, because we're now in the Champions League, we're going to sign the best of the best. I'll leave it with you guys. I'll leave that with you.
TJ, you know what's crazy about that? You know what's even crazy when you hear this? We're spending 20, 30, 40 on players that are not even playing. We spent $24 million on Trossard. And how many games did he start this year?
Probably none.
Exactly.
I think he might have started 2.
Yeah. We're throwing money, just hemorrhaging money. And this is why I'm on my head about this transfer went out. People are like, oh man, we're gonna, like he said, like Conor said, oh, we're going in, man. We're gonna be ready to roll. Champions League. No, we're gonna have the same players that are back from loan. And they're gonna say that's gonna make up the numbers. They'll say that makes up the numbers that we need for the Champions League. And it's 1 or 2 players, and like somebody, Jaminho said, some 17-year-old from Corinthians, and then it's wag the dog. I really fear, me personally, I fear next season. I think next season is going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people, man.
I think it might be what this fan base needs, unfortunately.
I agree.
Well, the transfer stuff is just such bullshit. Like even like Jez has said before on shows, we had someone like David Dean who could go in, identify a player, give him a pitch, and say you need to come to Arsenal because of X, Y, and Z, and the deals were done. There was no, having a player turn us down and then go back to him again, have him turn us down again, then go back to him again, and then finally say, okay, I guess I'll sign. And that's what we're missing is a David Dean type character, and Edu just doesn't cut the mustard. We were a club with prestige. We had, consistently in the Champions League and even in the European Cup before that, making some headway. I just don't trust Edu to get the job done. Like I used to trust David Dean, and we didn't even give Mislintat a chance. Right when we brought him from Borussia Dortmund, we didn't even give that man a chance.
That was brown bag, that man, because Sanelli he wanted to line his own pockets, man. So that he was like, you know what, I'm out of here.
Right. So I know So, Jazz, we haven't come to you for a couple minutes here. What are some changes that you see that Arsenal can do compared to what we did in the early '90s and 2000s that we need to do now, Jazz? Besides just getting rid of Edu, because Edu is a problem. But if we just get rid of him, we still have the Arsenal transfer issue. What do you think, Jazz?
Basically, the problem we've got, man, is to get rid of the Cronkies and the board. Nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change. The Cronkies are quite content. I said it earlier on my show. When was the last time Josh Kroenke attended a game? When was the last time after his statement he wanted to interact with the fan base more? That was the start or the end of last season. Well, where are you, Josh? Where are you? Where's the interaction? Where is your concern? Where are you talking to the fan base, getting their opinions, feeling their pain, feeling their unhappiness, feeling the fact that we've capitulated? And I'm not going to go down the road of the fact of Arteta, Edu have not been given money. They've been given £500 million. The problem is we bought crap. We bought crap. And I'm not going to fall for this one where people keep saying we're in the Champions League now. So we're going to attract the best. We can get world class. Right. Okay. Are you telling me Declan Rice is world class? Are you telling me Caicedo is world class? I'm sorry, they're great, but we need a world class striker that is going to get us 25, 30 goals a season.
Yep.
We haven't got that. And I'm sorry to say it, people. Getting in the Champions League without a respected manager doesn't attract the best. We all know back in time. I'm going to go back to the 80s here with George Graham. George Graham. Well, all right. We didn't have Champions League. We didn't. But he was respected after what he did with the 89 team, and we moved on, and we nearly went unbeaten in 1991. He had an attraction. People wanted to play for him. Time moved on. We then got Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger did great stuff. And because of his relationship with the French players, the French national team, we attracted great players. And that is how Arsene Wenger built the team that was become the Invincibles. And moved on, and attracted more and more and more like a magnet. Sorry, Mikel Arteta does not have that draw.
Right.
He's not experienced. He's not respected by world-class players. We've already had a player last week, forget his name, said he'd love to play in the Premier League, but he doesn't want to play for Arsenal. They're not winners.
Oh, Orban, yeah.
There you
Who
go.
said that?
Yeah, Gift Orban, is that his name? He plays in the Belgian league.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
the next talent or something. The next
Okay,
Eden Hazard, whatever they're
yeah,
called.
all right. You're playing in the Belgian league. Yeah.
No, but the case there, TJ, is that if he's seeing that, what other players are seeing that?
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean,
No.
good point. Good point.
If you've got a player who's playing for a club, he doesn't. I'm going to quote unfairly FC Bruges. Yeah, I'm going to quote.
Yeah.
Sure.
If he's saying, then who the hell are we going to attract from Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, Bayern Munich? Da. Come on, be real. And there are all these fake positive fans out there that call people like me plastic, da. That you think Mikel Arteta and this football club are going in this current state of play, attract world class. And I'm not talking about. We need world class players. We once had world class players. We had at one point 7 of them. 7 in our starting lineup. Name me now. One world class. One world class player.
This team's all about potential, and that's the thing. That's the thing that is like the biggest gamble, is that we have potentially a world class player in Bukayo Saka, potentially a world class player in Gabriel Martinelli, potentially a world class player in William Saliba. That's what the Cronkies are betting on, is that these guys develop into
Right,
world class.
right, TJ, and let me interject as well. And I know you're a somewhat 8 to 9, 10-year Arsenal fan.
Right.
For someone like me who's been following the club 20 plus years, that's the same story we've been getting with all the players before the players you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But we did get world class players like Fabregas. I mean, there was gaps where we had Fabregas, Ozil. I would consider world class for the few years he was, in the World Cup and with us. Not towards the end, of course, but and Alexis Sanchez. We some people wouldn't even call them world class. We had success with some of those players, but at the same time, we still were held back so much by signing, just like Connor said, just draws. Like we'd get 1 or 2 good signings in, and the rest were crap. We had so many players fall off in the mid 2000s, the 2007, 2008, 2009. So many players that we had intentions for: Abu Dhabi, Eduardo, Danielson. The list goes on and on. And those players, bar injuries, Abu Dhabi and Eduardo, who had a horrific, almost a career-ending injury. Those players, there was never any real performances that said, okay, we made the right decision. They will be world class. They just were good. And that's what I've said before in some streams, is that we need great. Good is just not good enough. We need great. And again, I still think the psychology at Arsenal is that we'll unearth this gem, right? Odegaard will unearth a guy. We'll sign this guy for 30 million, and we're going to turn him into an $80-100 million type player, and he's going to win this and win that, blah, blah, blah. But that hasn't happened in the past. Yeah. So why should we believe that now in the future?
I agree. No, I agree with you. I want to know why. I want to know why we paid so much money for Fabio Vieira. I want to know. I want to know now.
Yeah, like, he has a really good agent.
just the fact that we paid over $30 million for a paper mache could be blown over by a gust of wind center midfielder is a sackable offense in and of itself.
Too, TJ, is that $30 million player now isn't the $30 million player it was 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Right, a $30 million player 7 or 8 years ago was considered an upper top signing, because that was considered much more money. But now a $30 million player seems, in my opinion, to be kind of just average money to be throwing around. It sounds freaking crazy, but 30 million is kind of on the low end now, right? Mm-hmm. So if you consider market valuations and so forth, 35 million really isn't that much money, but it is to me, because for 35 mil we can go get A, B, and C.
If we can buy Trossard for 24. Why do we have to get him for 35? I want
to point this out, and then I want to give it over to Matt around Fabio Vieira. I'm still on transfermarket.us. Fabio Vieira's market value went all the way up to 30 million once Edu bought the Portuguese scarecrow, and his value has done nothing but dropped ever since. Matt, what do you think?
For $30 million, you could have probably got, we was linked to Tielemans all summer last year.
Mm-hmm.
We were linked to all these other midfielders. And then that's the best you go out and get. I mean, when we got him, he was in a boot. He was in a boot when we brought him here.
Yeah, he was injured. Yeah.
I mean, that it doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Then I'll go back to Kivior. Kivior comes in $25 million instead of going out buying a proven center back to get you over the line.
We've been putting money towards a $50 or $60 million.
Exactly, a down payment or a down payment. Towards a quality player. Me and Gary joke about this a lot, and I tell Gary all the time. We need two teams of players. We need to get the trash that's out. Then you have to replace that. Then you got to get a bench for the quality players.
Mm-hmm.
This is why when I say stuff like we're 5 to 10 years behind other teams, no, we're literally 5 to 10 years behind people, realistically, because we got to get old stuff out. Maitland Niles. We could have been sold this chap, man. That chap could have been sold.
Yeah.
We just hanging on to these players. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just to tell you, back in the day, man, David Dean would wheel a deal, and then you would look up and they'd be on the pitch with the scarf. You look up or you read a newspaper article or over here 442, and you look at it, and here they are. Oh man, we signed such and such. Oh man, wow. Now it's like, you get these foolish transfers out of left field, like what we got in January. And we've got to address getting our signings done early. Like, we need to be getting stuff done early, like next week.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I'm serious about that. Next week, we need to be hearing about Declan Rice or Salcedo or somebody need to be coming over the line next week because they've had enough time. If they were really on their job, John, they would have already had what they needed lined up because they saw it disintegrate before their very eyes. This is what the problem was. Okay, well, let's address these issues. We know we made a mistake with Vieira. Okay, so let's sell him. Let's take what we can get. That's where I'm at with it. Just take what you can get for some of these guys and get them out.
And Matt, what's going to cover over that is finishing second.
Yeah, exactly. Second place. I heard all week long. I've seen people. I watched Terry argue with Lee this week. Second place. I have to explain it to people this way. What's the difference between second and sixth outside of a European competition? Nothing. No trophy. Next weekend, Man United is going to have a chance to win 2 trophies. Mm-hmm. City's going to have a chance to win 2 of possible 3. Somebody's getting the double next weekend. But since we're the second place team and we're supposed to be exalted because we're second place, then why are we not competing for some of these trophies? Hmm. Everybody's just so hyped up, like this kit this today. It's just if the hype machine is just hyped up. Nobody's asking questions about why are we not lifting the trophy this weekend? Why are we not?
One of the big problems is Matty. One of the biggest fan channel went out and told a Man United legend that second is better than fourth and a trophy. Like, that just says it all, doesn't it? And I'll say it again. That statement, the fact that I don't think said person realizes sometimes how big his opinion is across football media. So that will go across to so many Arsenal fans, and Arsenal fans will then take that because I like him. I think he's a great guy, the one who said it. But I don't, like I said it on shows weeks ago, I disagree with what he said, but that's going to now be the agenda for Arsenal fans. And then that's now going to be the thing where they do believe second is now a trophy because we're now the second best team in the league. But that doesn't mean that. I would rather be in the if West Ham win that European trophy, I get one day we'll have more European trophies than us. And I swear to God, if people bring up that European Cup Winners' Cup, whatever that is, because that's not even a competition. That's no longer a competition anymore. So in my opinion, that doesn't even count. But I guarantee there'll be some Arsenal fans who say, "Oh well, it's only the Conference League." I would kill for a European trophy. I don't even care if it's the Conference. I want a trophy, people. I want a trophy, and that's why I'm worried about next season. Not worried, but if we get the community into the Community Shield next season, which I do think we will, because now I believe Anthony's now been ruled out for United, and they've got so many injuries, I think they're going to be screwed. So if we do end up getting City starting next season, and if we do end up beating them, which I do hope we do, because I want to beat City anyway. But if we win that Community Shield, that is going to be the most spun up thing ever. And then all season, that is going to be the one thing that we always go back, oh, we beat City there, but we beat City there. And it's just like, we beat Liverpool in it a couple of seasons ago, and we finished 8th or 6th. I don't think it might be right that season, but they finished above us. But then it got spun up and it got into this. I remember seeing all the watch along, people going crazy. Like, it was on penalties as well. Like, we didn't out and out win the game. It was we lost to a crap Ryan Brewster penalty, and he was only like 19 at the time. That's how we won it. And so, and if God help us if we win that Community Shield. God help us as us as a community here, because we're going to get fried. Oh, but we won the Community Shield. Whoopee-doo.
We know that the Community Shield is not a real trophy. Sorry, I just had to interject. Go ahead, man.
I agree with Ken. I agree with Kenny Ken the other day. The only good thing about the Community Shield is that it goes to charity, or some of the profits go to charity.
Yeah,
that's the only good thing about it.
I want to ask Jez a question, because Jez has been around the block a while, and I know he's seen some bad Arsenal teams. Jez, have you ever seen anything as bad as you've seen it now? This has got to be some of the worst, man. I mean, you've seen some dark days, man.
I've seen worse. I have seen worse. I see Arsenal very nearly get relegated in 1974. And I've seen Arsenal capitulate far too many times. But the one thing I would say, the teams, even though they were poor, they always tried to fight. I've seen such weak, spineless performances in the last 2 seasons. I find it embarrassing, to be honest. 248 days top of the league, and you can't deliver. That is nothing more than shameless, and that is why I will rip the arse out of this team and the management, because at this elite level of football, you don't do that. When you're up against the best of the best, and you're going toe to toe with the elite in English football, Manchester City, currently, you don't throw it away. You stand up and you fight. And I'm sorry when Mikel Arteta says he's fixed the mentality at Arsenal Football Club. Well, I'm sorry, Mikel, you haven't. And that pathetic programme turned out to be all for nothing. It's an embarrassment, indictment of the setup, and also an embarrassment of this fan base that they accept this absolute dross. And I said on my show earlier, apparently only 52% of the fan base currently want Arteta. Now, I've no facts to base that on. I don't. It's just something I've seen. So it could be bullshit. But we all know, guys, we all know. Sunday afternoon, the Arsenal fan base will be there. And I predict Arsenal will win. I reckon we'll win quite comfortably because the pressure's off now. Wolves are probably really can't be asked to travel to the Emirates. They've got nothing to play for. Arsenal have got nothing to play for. The only thing Arsenal have got or should play for is to say to these football fans at the Emirates, thank you for your support. Thank you for travelling us, costing you thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds travelling around. We all know with the current climate, business climate, finances, it costs these fans hundreds of pounds to travel to an away game. You've got your ticket, fine. You've got train, car, food, drink, whatever else goes into the mix. It's expensive nowadays. That's why I can't be asked to go. I can't. Because I broke it down the other day. Somebody said to me, one of my old mates in Israel, come up for a game. I said, right, okay, let's work it out. Return ticket to London with tube and back is £58. If I can get a ticket, I'm looking at least 85 to £100, right? And that is not in a great location, to be fair, right? So there we go. Food, drink. I won't buy a program because they're a pile of shit. So I'm looking at probably around over 240 quid, £240, which I will not give to this football club. Well, I'm not giving them 240 quid, but I'm giving them at least 100 quid or more. If I drink or eat at the stadium and the food is extortionate and the food is crap, so I will not give this lot a penny of my money. Not a penny. And that is why I've said to my family, my girl, my wife, anybody, do not buy me anything to do with Arsenal Football Club until these absolute arsing frauds are out. And until us, the fan base react, they'll be here and we'll see no change. And it will not be until the fan base at the Emirates, the away fans that don't go, start to vote with their feet like they did against Wenger, nothing's going to change. And I'm sorry, I get criticised by some friends of mine. I do. Nicely, it's banter. Oh, geez, you're us an old bugger now. You won't go to the games, da. Well, no, I won't. Because I've seen the greatness at this football club. I've seen it. I've been there, witnessed it. Right? And I won't accept this absolute dross. So, no. And until we get the cancer out of this club in the likes of Edu, Arteta, Venai, all that lot, and until we get the cancer out of the fan base in AFTV and all these absolute awful, pathetic journalists think they're journalists. They've got ambitions. Timmons, all that lot, all that crew, yeah? Until they've gone, we are never, ever going to go forward. There you go.
I mean, what else are you gonna say? Honestly, all right. I want to respond to one question, and then we're gonna get into predictions, boys. What do you think?
Sounds
Last
like
one. All right. So real quick, Tony. Actually, first of all, Spencer. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for your service, Spencer. I just want to say,
brother.
This holiday is for you guys. So thank you very, very much for your service. Okay. Tony. All right. Tony says Cronkies are winning in America. 4 out of 5 teams have won titles in the last 2 years. The 5th one's about to win a title too. And the other is in the final this year. Yep. I don't see the Cronkies as the problem. I do. They're completely different structures of organizations. in those leagues where we won championships, and I say we because the Avalanche and the Nuggets, hopefully, and the Mammoth, those franchises have participate in leagues with salary caps. They're completely different things. So the Cronkies have a lose a lot, get draft picks, develop the studs that you get off of those draft picks, and then fill in the holes once those draft picks are developed with veteran players, go win the championship. You cannot do that in European football. There is no finance, like you say that there is financial fair play, but there really is no limit in terms of what you can spend to keep your club at an elite level. So that is why I am not giving the Cronkies that excuse. I'm not. They are just as responsible for this as Edu, as Arteta, and as anybody else who sits in the C-suite at the Emirates. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing that. Matt, do you want to comment on that real quick?
Well, the problem to me, man, is just why don't they just put football people in charge, man? People that know what the hell they're doing. I mean, it's just that simple. Put people who know what they're doing. Hell, I'd go far as to say bring David Dean back. Let him work for 2 years to get it back under control. David O'Leary, Tony Adams. Get some of these. You look at some of these destruction, some of these other clubs, and you see they still have legends involved with the club. We have nobody. We have ranked everybody out. And if Thierry Henry showed up, he'd be too blunt for them. They wouldn't be able to handle it. So what you wind up doing is you wind up just, it's just kowtowing, as we said over here. Just wagging the dog, man. And you've got a situation, like I said, Edu, he should have been fired last year. He should have been pushed out. I mean, just off of these last couple of deals alone. Connor said 35 here, 20 to 25 here. You're selling our best players. You're selling. Why do we have to get rid of Sanchez when we could have kept Sanchez, brought in Aubameyang, and then there's money in the coffers. People. I mean, people act like we broke, man. This is one of the richest men in America. This family. Mm-hmm. And everybody over here knows it. This man is building a train track to the stadium to help fans get to the damn Rams stadium. No, he has money. He has money. The problem is you have to put the heat on him. And getting up this morning, running down to the armory, buying these damn kits today, ain't helping. Because he is laughing to the bank. And I'm with Jazz. I hadn't bought a kit since the first kit since when we got back with Adidas. That was the last time I bought one. No, back in the day, it used to be you get a kit, what was it, Jazz? Every 2 years, 3 years? Every 2-3 years, you can get a kit. And it was quality. The kit was even better. The kit was even better back then. Mm-hmm. And now, if it won it 4 or 5 times a year, you get the kit. And as Lee Gunner stated, the pink one's only been worn twice. We got it was a couple of years ago. I don't know if y'all can remember this. We played Blackpool. We played Blackpool in the FA Cup, and they were telling the fans, don't buy anything. Hot dogs, chips, crackers, nothing. Don't buy it. Because they did not want any money to go into the owner's hands. Mm-hmm. None. They forced them out. But that's going to take a group effort. And unfortunately, we've got too many blind mice in this club. Too many blind mice in this club. Now, you got about 30 to 40% that understand. I've heard a couple people calling to talk sports. The problem, they're going to have to get used to it. We're all used to it. We're used to being ridiculed by some of this fan base. The problem is that people are going to have to start standing up for what's right. And you can't tell me being up at the top 248 days and City win the title with just under 3 or 4 weeks. That's normal. That is not normal. It's not acceptable. This transfer policy is not acceptable. This manager's arrogance is not acceptable. And this year for me, man, it's either put up or shut up. It's time to either if you are after this season going into next season, if you're still on board with Mikel Arteta, you are 100% part of the problem. If you're still on board with Edu and you're still on board with the Cronkies, because like I said, they all the three. I call them the Three Stooges. If you're all with them and you have not expressed the desire for change, you are complicit in behavior, meaning that you accept it. And if you accept it, then come out and say you accept it. Say, I'm fine with what they're doing. But don't hide and don't ridicule folks who can see what's going on, because the facade is down. The mask is off. We see. And for all my wrestling fans out there, y'all know it was me, Austin. The mask is off. The hood is down. But you know, we see what it is, man, and it's sad. You know, go look at who's won what in the last 10 years in English football, man, and what maybe two, 3 FA Cups, man, and I'm looking at folks winning titles and challenging for Europe, and here we are just, and then people, and I was gonna bring this, I'll bring this up now. You got other fans from City and Chelsea. Oh, y'all guys are overreacting. When we watch them, if a manager's not ordered Chelsea, they waste no time. The only reason they had fired Frank Lampard now is because of the end of the season. They would have fired him if this was in January. They'd have fired him. He'd been gone. You know, you look over there at City, as we talked off air earlier. City, every manager outside of Mark Hughes has won something. Everybody else holds their managers the standard. Look at you know, they were talking about firing Klopp at the beginning of the year. Now look, and now they're still talking about now that's after yesterday. Now you're starting to hear that come back up. Well, maybe it's time for us to move Klopp on. But when it comes down to Arsenal, oh no, y'all are overreacting. No. Y'all are too far out of order. No. You should. You know what's the one line they say? Be careful what you wish.
Just may get it.
Yeah. I just want to win. That's all.
I just want a trophy.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Like Jess was mentioned earlier, how we were in a slump in the 70s. So I'm kind of curious, Jess, maybe quickly you could kind of go us through time again. How did we get out of it, Jess? Did we just start signing good players? Did we get a couple of new managers in that had an effect? How did we sort of get out of that slump quickly in the 70s?
Well, we had a good manager. We had Bertie Mee. I mean, let's get it right. Bertie Mee won us our first European trophy, our first double, got us to another cup final in 72. After the year we won the double, lost to Leeds United. And then it all started to go downhill, got rid of him. And then the club started to take an upturn when we got in a manager's name I can never bloody remember. And he was with us. I always forget his name. That's how much importance it means to me. But he got us to 3 cup finals, won one of them, and then he was sacked. And that's that one year, 75, 76, is when the club had a major clear out. And we started to bring in some new blood, and we started to turn it around. And a certain player appeared on the horizon. Liam Brady, Frank Stapleton, players of that ilk. And that is when the players started to turn.
So were Brady and Stapleton already pretty big players in the league with other teams, or were they sort of nobodies that we sort of just groomed to be fantastic players?
Liam Brady came from the academy. He's a young Irish fella with undisputable talent, and it was such a sad time. He left the club way too soon, but his talent was incredible. I would sit here and I would say to you boys that he probably was the closest, best midfielder at Arsenal Football Club outside of Dennis Bergkamp. His qualities were unbelievable. The way, I mean, I remember one of the most iconic goals. It was Christmas Eve, 1978. at White Hart Lane. We won 5-0. Stapleton, was it Alan's son? No, I think it was Stapleton. Got a hat trick. Won 5-0. And Liam Brady scored a goal. And it's well documented. It's out there. Probably one of the most incredible swerve goal shots we'd seen at the time. Because don't forget, this is when there wasn't technical football boots.
Right.
They didn't have the modern footballs that we've got today. We had the old lace-up balls that on a wet day started off at weighing £1 and ended up about 2 by the end of the game because it absorbed all the water. And that's why people used to avoid heading the ball towards the end of the game. And that's how nowadays we've got this thing about footballers getting dementia because of brain damage and all that. Whether that's that's another discussion. But I was there. I was behind, and I remember that shot, and it was like when it went in, it was like, how the hell? And then it was literally 6 seconds before everybody went mental because it was just unbelievable that he swerved that. I mean, it was proper like that. You're like, wow. And did he mean to do it? Yes, he did, because he went on to do that on many an occasion. And it was that period. Get back to your question, DVS. It was at that period of time that certain players came in and the club turned around. And then went on, FA Cup loss, FA Cup win, FA Cup loss. And Terry Neal was the manager. And he did great things for the club. But unfortunately, the club didn't invest enough. They accepted mediocrity. They accepted that we're in Europe, but never invested. And I'm sorry, guys, it's the Arsenal way. It's been going on. This has been going on since the 60s.
And that you just said exactly what I wanted everyone in the chat to hear. This is nothing new. This is nothing new, And then you got to the exact point I was wanting, Jez, is that we turned it over because we invested in players. It wasn't that we changed a bunch of tactics. We didn't we didn't buy a dog or none of that other, outside bullshit. It takes players to win trophies. It takes a manager to know how to use those players to win trophies. And that's exactly what I wanted to get to, Jez, is that this isn't just a one-off. This has been the history of the Arsenal for a while.
It's been all my life. My life. And I can't, may I just, sorry to interrupt you. My granddad started watching Arsenal in 1924, right? He went to Arsenal's first ever cup final in 1927. He watched them through all the glory 30s, 50s, 60s, and onwards, right? And he said to me, I remember when my first ever time I went to a cup final in 1971, right? He said to me, don't get carried away. Arsenal are not an ambitious football club. And I remember talking to him. I used to go every even before I was allowed to go to a football match. I'd go up to his house. I'd sit there and I'd have lunch with my nan and granddad, and I'd sit in their front room and watch all the fans going up and down Gillespie Road. And until eventually my mum said I could go to a football match with my granddad. And he said to me, just remember, you're going to watch the best supported football club in London, but they're the least ambitious. I'll never forget that.
And here we are 52 years later.
I'm going to end on that, to be honest. Yeah, that's well said. And I think that everybody in the chat should benefit from that. So thanks, Jez. I know that you haven't done the history side on your channel very much, but I think you just gave us a lesson. So I appreciate it.
That was captivating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jez. All right. We're going in to the predictions for this week's fixtures. Yeah. Time is on our side. Yeah. Time's on our side. All right. Yeah. So, guys, again, guidance for Premier League predictions. This is the last week of, and I'll publish a final tally for the end of the season. But yeah. So if you want to participate, put your predictions in the comments, not the chat, in the comments after the video, after we go offline. And then I will add you to the spreadsheet later. And then next week's American Idiot episode, we will go into that and you will be mentioned. Are you going to do predictions again next season? We're going to make predictions even better. We have so many ideas for not just shows over the summer, but for how we're going to attack next season. And next season, I am going to have a actual studio. Connor and I are working on OBS stuff. Presentation is going to be world class. It's going to be we're doing big things over here. Doing really big things over here. So yeah. Yep. Well, league done. Who cares, TJ? Exactly. That's why I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation. Like, who cares? Right? I agree with you, bro. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's a scary weekend for the relegation side, that's for sure.
Yeah. We can talk about, like, for them, we can do it. But yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% that it is an absolute, like, it's an exercise for us. It's a friendly for us. It is what it is. Okay, so hold on, I gotta get this queued up because I gotta review last week. Okay, this is gonna be tough for me. The winner from last week is the one and only Oregon Gooner.
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, he's doing the Wayne. Oh, jeez.
2 correct scores. You got the
2 correct scores.
He did it. And then coming in second.
It only takes 2, baby.
Coming in second, in a draw for second, was Jez and Connor. And coming in third, Jamino, you need to do better this week for your birthday, man. Maybe you'll get some of that birthday luck. And then coming in last. You blew it!
Staggering form.
Jez loves Adam Sandler.
I do actually.
That was a true ball-like performance. All those
Let's hear it for the DVS. Woo! Thank you guys. My first.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Good time.
That's a new one. I haven't seen that one yet.
I'll tell you what, he's a bit of me, that fella. He's a bit like me.
Jez, shut up.
Oh,
I'd
man.
love to hear you say that, Jez. All right,
Okay,
TJ,
I don't
let's
just
get it
have
going.
Adam Sandler clips, by the way.
I'm aiming to win this week because I haven't won one this season. So
Connor, it's your time. It's your time, man. It's your time.
I'll try.
All right.
Never.
We'll go around and we're going to start with our guest, the newest guest making his triumphant return, Matt. Call Brighton visiting Aston Villa.
That's a draw.
That's
What's
crucial
the score?
for Brentford, actually, because Brentford won Brighton to win that, I believe. So they can get if they beat City, that is, which is a hard ask. But
That's not going to happen.
They qualify for Europe. That's a draw.
Yeah. What do you got for a score?
That could be. That's 2-2. I can see 2-2.
Okay.
Be a fun game. 2-2.
Yeah, that'll be a good game to watch. We'll go with Jez next. Jez.
Ooh. Whoa, now Aston Villa, Brighton. Yeah, Christ. That's going to be interesting, actually. After Brighton's result the other day, I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Man, draws all over the place. Draws all over the place.
It's
Connor.
time of the year. It's your time of year. You know.
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go a bit left-sided here. And do you know what? I want to give my praise to De Zerbi because a couple of weeks ago, I was giving him sticks saying he ain't that great. And to be fair, the fact that he walked out there and actually held a draw against City with the amount of injuries that Brighton team has, round of applause to him. Honestly, fair play. I was wrong about him. Hopefully he can take that Brighton side somewhere. However, that's going to be a good game. Two teams full of goal scorers. However, Aston Villa do have something to fight for because Brighton do have confirmed European slots. So I'm going to go with a 3-2 win to Aston Villa.
3-2 win.
It'll be high scoring because both teams can score. So I think it could be a high scoring game in my opinion.
All right. Dal, our returning champion.
I like that. 2-1 Villa.
Nice.
I am going to go 1-0 Brighton. Let's go for the fence. I'm swinging for the fences, guys. I'm swinging for the fences.
You could get 3 points though. Could get 3 points.
Good. Bournemouth visiting Everton.
Are Everton done? Are they relegated?
No, I think if they win that, they stay up. But then again, it depends on Leeds and
It depends on
They're
how
18th,
Leeds does.
because they're 18th currently, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Matt, what's your score prediction, man?
What do you think, Matt?
Too funny,
I
man.
think the Toffees will win 1-0. It's gonna be an ugly 1-0 too.
Mm-hmm. Jez.
Yeah, I'm just cheating. I'm looking at the Premier League table.
Cheating.
No cheaters.
Disqualify him, man. No, joking.
Everton, Bournemouth, isn't it? Everton, Bournemouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's interesting that. Well, Bournemouth are safe, so Everton are going to fight. They're going to fight. So I'm going to go 2-0 Everton.
All right. Ignore that. I just put it in the wrong box.
You know, I am the voice of reason. You know that.
Yeah, I know. Jez is the oracle. I think I'm just going to cheat off
now
him.
because of that, I think I'm going to copy Jez's answers now. I'm joking. Yeah, Everton v Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth. Do you know what? Fair play to Gary O'Neill. He's done well with them this season. The fact that he's been able to keep them up is an achievement because I thought that team was going to be last in my predictions for this season. Yeah, but I agree with Jez. Everton have got something to fight for. Bournemouth don't. So I'm going to go with. I'm going to say what Matty said. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Everton win.
That's fair. Hold on before you go, Dal. I just got to call this out. Jaminho thinks Jez deserves a point deduction for looking at the table.
-1 at the start of the week.
Yep, -1. Yep. Yeah, no. And the early door says, good on you, Jez. Keep the English paired up. If you can't win, cheat.
What they call Fergie time? Squeaky bum time. That was it.
Yeah. The Assembled's in the building. Well, big up Assemble. Thanks for coming.
All
right. If you haven't smashed the sub already, smash the sub, guys. Go ahead, Jez.
I'm being scuppered from the start. I mean, come on.
It's a conspiracy against you. I'm going to go exactly with our friend Jez, 2-0 Everton.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, DVS.
Thanks, brother.
I'm cheating off both of you guys. I'm going 2-0 Everton.
All keeping clean sheets. We think they picked to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to deduct me a point, and then you copy me.
He's fuming.
What's that about?
Yeah. No, Jez, you're penalized for doing research. There's no factual based evidence here.
It's called getting my facts and research, and it's about cheating. So there you go.
Jez, you're on football YouTube. Haven't you known by now that facts are irrelevant?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Facts don't matter.
Oh man, I didn't want to get too serious there. Matt.
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur visit Leeds United. This is a game I am going to watch.
Leeds will win 3-0.
3-0.
Just because
No
Spurs,
way.
it would be the most Spursy thing to do is to get blown out by Leeds on the last day. No, honestly, yeah, I'm gonna go Leeds 1-0, man. I will say they're going. I think they're going somewhere or another. Scrape something up.
I'm gonna play spoiler alert, and I was literally thinking that as you said it. So I'm gonna go 1-0 Leeds. Jez.
I'm going to cheat.
Knocked him another point.
I'm going to go. Spurs are just crap, aren't they? I'm going to go. I'm going to go with a Desmond 2-2.
2-2 draw. Okay. Conor.
Yeah, Leeds are crap, aren't they? As well, though. It's like a big shit off, isn't it? Like two crap teams going against each other.
They're not that bad at home.
Yeah, that's actually true. They did hold it with Newcastle, to be fair, and they're a way better side than Spurs. And they have Big Sam there, to be fair. So, I'm going to listen to the voice of reason. I'm going to go 2-2 draw as well.
Dal?
It's like two turds trying to fight over a sheet of toilet paper.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, that screams draw, doesn't it? It screams like a draw of a game.
Screams draw. Nobody's going to win that.
Yeah, it screams draw that one.
Yeah. And the people that watch it are going to lose too because they have to watch it. Man City visiting Brentford.
The game that was meant to change it all, according to Top Gear. The one where Brentford beat them and we won the title at the end.
Even go this far, Connor. Remember, we were going to win it 4 games back.
Oh, for God's sake! Yeah. Christ. Back when we had hope. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, hope. That's hilarious. Matty.
Brentford 2-1.
Oh.
Okay, I gotta hear why. On that
City's
one.
get ready for next weekend.
Okay.
This is going to be.
Wouldn't that just be hilarious if they
This
do
is
it?
just going to be a warm up to just kind of keep the players warmed up for next week.
Yeah.
Okay, Jez.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to go 2-0 Man City. Brentford, they've lost their main man. So Man City are going to roll it out in style.
Okay. Connor?
Yeah, even though I do think that Pep will throw out a pretty weak side, in my opinion, maybe. And then again, he might not. But yeah, no, Ivan Toney's missing. And then again, they did beat Spurs, but Spurs are crap. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Man City. Yeah. Well, Haaland's now drawing Henry with his goals or assists or whatever it was. So he's breaking that on the record as well, which is just crazy in my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1.
Yeah, agreed. Doubt?
4-0 City. They're not slowing down.
No.
There's no reason for them to slow down. That big? Yeah, I don't think Brentford have a little bit to play for, I believe, right? Or do they not?
They want to get European spot. If
Right, so they're going to push, but Man City's too good. They might rest a few players, but Holland's going to play because he's going to want to add goals to his tally. Bernardo Silva's going to play. I mean, come on, 4-0.
I'm going 2-0 City. They could beat Brentford with their bench and probably
they did win though at the Etihad. They did win in December, to be fair.
Yeah.
They did win the last minute score. Was a 96th minute goal, something like that. But
Something like that, yeah.
that was Ivan Toney.
Last time Man City lost.
Yeah, it was Ivan Toney. Isn't it?
Yeah, man. They're I don't see him losing the rest of the season, to be honest. Fulham visiting Old Trafford. This is another one of those where it's just like, who cares?
Pointless. Yeah, because they can't get Europe. So
Yeah.
Fulham.
Yep. Matty?
Oh man, United, 2-0.
Hmm.
The Oracle, Jez. He's the Juventus of this league now. He's getting
Oracle.
conducted.
Man United,
He's the
Fulham.
league.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Man United.
Okay.
I'm
Honor.
going to hit a curveball here, man, because United have injuries now. Yeah, but then again, they've been on form, haven't they? They've got Casemiro, Bruno.
And Anthony is not that big of a loss.
He's not, is he? I think United. Sorry if there's any United fans in here, but I think he's overhyped to crap. I think.
I agree with you. He's completely.
I'm gonna go. But then again, it's at home. Yeah, and I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win to United. Which I like comes back to bite me. I think it's for them. Oh, well.
Dal?
I was going to say 2-0 too, but a lot of you guys are saying 2-0. Let's go 2-2 draw. I think Fulham could probably maybe get a penalty. I don't know. They're a very average squad.
No, they won 2-1. That was the season before they drew.
Oh, Man United, Fulham. Mitrovic is back in the. You know what? At the risk of being contrarian, I'm going to go 1-0 Fulham.
Do you know what I found out the other day, which I found a bit weird? I completely forgot that Donny van der Beek plays for Man United, but he's been injured like the whole season. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, who are their midfield options? And I completely forgot that Donny van der Beek was even at Man United.
Yeah.
But, yeah, shows, doesn't it? Although they're injuries.
Yeah. I think is this the first time they're playing each other since the Mitrovic incident?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So I think Fulham,
maybe. Yeah.
I think Fulham are going to come out with a point to prove. You know, even though it's just because the game doesn't mean anything.
TJ, can I change mine?
What?
Can I change mine? Jez, don't hate me. Can I change my result? Can I do 2-1 Fulham?
Oh my, Jez, are we going to allow it?
If you listen to my reaction earlier, chat. If you listen to my reaction earlier when I was saying it, I was going back and forth. I was on the fence. But now you say that, I do think Fulham might snap.
Chat, vote. Can Connor change his answer?
It would be 2-1 Fulham.
Yeah. If he pays me £100, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Chat. First 5 responses.
If it's 2-1 Fulham,
Yes or no?
I'm going to laugh. If it's 2-1 Fulham, I'm going to laugh. No, it's
Tony
cool.
says yes.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Tony says yes. Hold on. I want 2 out of 3.
Says yes.
All right, Tony
says yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. 2-1 Fulham.
Oh, you are just. You know what?
Tony, you have some fans in the
If
chat.
you listen to my
He's got fans in the chat, TJ.
A joke.
I may have PayPal Tony and Jaminio, but
Get Jez on the PayPal too and get your
Yeah,
links.
right. Yeah,
not
100.
100. Oh,
100.
anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Early Door says as long as you give Jez a new logo for free. Oh, the logo's really good as it is, though.
Yeah, it's good.
No, I love it. No.
Yeah. No, that's like a classic. That's a classic. You don't want to change a classic.
It's on the mugs and everything.
Yeah. It's on exactly.
I
Newcastle
logo
visiting.
is changing.
Yeah. Newcastle visiting Chelsea.
Ooh.
Matty.
Oh, Newcastle's
I'm going to go Newcastle 4, Chelsea 1.
Chelsea are like a punch bag at this point, like 3 points. Yeah, cheers. 3 points.
I mean, Chelsea is what Chelsea used to be. I mean, that's the Chelsea I know.
Yeah.
That's the Chelsea. That is the Chelsea.
Yeah, that's the exception, mate.
Jez.
I want some of what Matt's smoking. Simple as that. I'm going 1-0 Newcastle. Chelsea are crap. Newcastle are very good against Chelsea, and they're up for it. So I'm going 1-0 Newcastle.
Cool.
Connor.
Yeah, Newcastle are going to smash them, mate. I'm going to go for 3-0 to Newcastle. If Frank Lampard can get a result that day, I'll do a forfeit.
They should ditch Pochettino and keep him, huh, Connor?
Yeah. Keep Frank. 3 points, that's it. That's what we get. 6 points every season.
So 4-1's already been taken. I was going to say that one. So I'm going to go 3-1 Toon Army.
I'm going 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
Yeah. Here's why.
It could be that.
Newcastle don't have anything to play for. They have zero
true.
to play for.
Very true.
There's no reason. And they're going to Stamford Bridge where and Chelsea just got humiliated by United. They're going to be up for that game. It doesn't matter who's in charge. They could have me in charge and they would be up for that game. So yeah, I'm going to draw.
I think you got a good point. Newcastle may put in they've already secured CL football. They may put in a bunch of subs. You're right.
Yeah, I might end up regretting this because I might end up doing like a Strasbourg Steve, like no points, but we'll see.
But your reasoning is sound. So
yeah. But what has reasoning ever gotten anybody? Right?
Nothing.
Yep, exactly.
Not in football. Jesus.
West Ham visiting Leicester City. This could be Leicester City's last game in the Premier League in the foreseeable future. This is going to be one that I am watching. Matty, what do you think?
I'm taking West Ham 1, Leicester City 0.
Tight game.
Man, Premier League champions 6 years ago gonna get sent. 7 years ago gonna get sent to the shadow realm. I can't believe it.
Well, and shout out to the ownership from Leicester City. When the owner died in that helicopter crash, that club literally could have folded. His son, and somebody else from Leicester City too. I think an older player. I can't think of the name. Has been very supportive of the club and been true to the fan base and so forth.
Wes Morgan.
Been through a lot. What's that?
Is it Wes Morgan?
Yes, thank you. He was there. I think I saw him a lot with the son.
Yeah,
kind of guiding him and getting him through times. And I think Wes Morgan was at the funeral for the owner as well with the family. I think he was very close with the family. So big shout out to Leicester City fans. Georgie left foot. Fall from grace. Anyway, sorry, TJ.
No, it's fine, and it's just it's sad. It's sad. It's a sad story for the Midlanders. So
Brendan Rodgers. The problem is they should have sacked Brendan at the start of the season. He shouldn't have been. He overstayed his welcome way too much, and that's what's costing, in my opinion. But yeah, it's sad.
Steve Smith, I don't really rate.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's.
I think they'll get back up straight away, in my opinion. But anyway, next season, I think they'll get straight. But anyway,
it all depends on who stays and who they bring in.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah, that's very true.
That'll be an interesting story to watch. Honestly, it really will be. Yes. What do you think?
Yeah. Sorry, Leicester. Remarkable achievement back in 2016. But yeah, sorry, mate. West Ham are going to beat you. I'm going to say 2-0 to West Ham.
Connor.
Yeah, I mean, well, the fact that Dean Smith dropped Maddison and Barnes, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's clueless. So yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, do you know what? But will they fight? That's the thing. 2-1 Leicester. Screw it. 2-1 Leicester. Let's rock the boat a bit.
Ow.
2-2.
I'm leaning. I don't think West Ham are going to be up for it, to be honest.
They're probably going to rest a lot of their players for that
because they got Conference League.
Yeah.
I'm copying Connor. I think Leicester are gonna fight. I'm going 2-1 Leicester.
Jamie Vardy's having a party.
If they win, that doesn't get them out of the zone, does it? Does that put them?
They need leads.
They need other results, but they're gonna fight.
They're going to need Leeds. It's the same. So if Leeds get it, they need Everton and Leicester to lose. It's going to be one of those ones. So it's going to be a crazy weekend for them lot. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. We have a friendly. We have a friendly this weekend against the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Matty.
1-1.
All right.
Why is that, Matt? You don't think we're going to do them 4-0, bro?
No.
Well, I've seen people wanting like Matt Turner to start and get all the kids in and stuff for this game, apparently. So
1-1.
Jess?
I'm going to say Arsenal will go out with a bang
Mm-hmm.
because there's no pressure.
The process is
It
bad.
means nothing. It means nothing.
We're going to win 1-0.
Jez said, hey, the process is banged.
Process is bang, yes.
Yes,
You said it yourself.
The stadium will be full of new shirts, and I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal.
All right. 3-0 Arsenal. I hope so.
TJ, you know what the $1 million question is about this game Sunday? Is will they let the dog run wild?
Will they let the dog out?
yeah, when he went out. Yeah.
What are you going to do when you let the dog run wild on you?
You go, woo, woo.
Oh, man.
Well, the dog will go out the pitch and have a shit. So Arsenal will go out and pick the dog shit up. So there you go.
Oh, dear.
That dog shits on the pitch during the match. I'm going to die.
That'd be hilarious, though. Oh,
Please parade the dog out. Please parade the dog.
parade him. Give him a honor. Yeah, I'm going to go for well. A couple months ago, these tickets were about £1,500 in the UK. Now they're about 90. Now they're about £2. So I agree with Jez. I think we're going to go out on a bang. Come on, Arsenal, do it for me. 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah, why not? Go out with a bang. Come on, new kit,
Fair play.
new kit.
All right.
Why not? Why
Down.
Well,
not?
I'm going right in the middle. I'm going 4-0.
Watch
4-0
how we
Arsenal.
lose. Watch how we lose. Watch. We got like idiots. Watch.
Well, it's just Arsenal for them to come out and pound Wolves.
Nah,
for
normally we batter teams at the end of the season, so let's keep that theme going.
It's going to be one. I'm going 1-0 to the Arsenal.
God, boring. Yeah, to be fair, we played boring football recently, haven't we? To be fair.
Yep, 1-0 to
If
the
Fabio
Arsenal.
Vieira plays, it'll be 1-0.
If we concede against these guys, Matt, I'm going to get clipped like we did last week.
They're the lowest scoring team in the Premier League. And they've got a 36-year-old Diego Costa up front. If we concede to these guys, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Be a
No,
joke.
you're gonna see me on a compilation right next to Matt and Lee,
Yeah.
just going nuts.
What
What's
was
funny,
it
though,
again? EPL fan predictions.
Yeah.
Whatever they call themselves.
I would have traded Eddie for Diego Costa all day long this
Oh,
season.
God.
Him and Rob Holding would have had some words on the trading ground.
Oh my god!
Jesus. All right. Last two of the season, boys. Last two of the season. Liverpool visits championship bound Southampton.
3-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, that'd be a smashing.
Yes.
So, Southampton, Liverpool.
Now Southampton
Nah.
are bottom, right? They are 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're out.
I can see Southampton getting absolutely piped. I'm going to go on this one. I'm going to go sneaky. I'm going to go 4-1 Liverpool.
Arsenal forever cracking me up over here. TJ Warren, Jesus Christ, can't believe you're still going. No bottle job from you. Arsenal 1, Wolves 1. Hey, I got the legends. I got the legends on the panel. I'm not going offline until I have to.
Oh,
Period. End of story. Connor,
5-0.
5-0 Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right.
They're gonna get smashed. Didn't they get? Weren't they the team that got smashed by Leicester like 7-0 or 8, whatever it was? No, it was 9-0. It was 9-0.
Yeah.
9.
Remember that? Yeah, that was
9-0.
2 seasons ago, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that, and Liverpool, they have the players to do it, man. They're still a good team. So yeah, 5-0 to Liverpool. Southampton down and dusted.
Dow.
Yeah.
I'm going to copy our friend Matt and go 3-0.
I'm copying Jez. I'm going 4-1.
See, no one's copying. Why does no one want my answer? I'm gonna get all the points. In,
Because we're afraid you're
Because
going to
you're
change
wrong, Connor. You're wrong.
I'm a prophet. I know.
Early door says is Trossard and Saka out for this game with injuries?
Possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly. Yeah, and Jaminho says Southampton's 0,
Yeah.
Leicester 9.
Yeah.
25th of October.
Yeah,
That's really good. That's really
That's
good.
a great memory.
All right.
Fun game.
Last but not least, well, kind of least because who gives a never mind. Forest visiting Selhurst Park.
Yeah, that. What a mid off, eh?
Where's Yeti today?
Absolute mid off. Yeah, where is Yeti? I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's not there, man.
I'm actually offended that he's not here. If he watches this on playback, I'm offended.
Disappointing.
I don't really care. It's fine. Big up Yeti. Go ahead, Matt.
2-1 Palace.
Guys
Yeah, I'm going to go a ball draw. I'm going to go ball draw. I'm going to go 1-1.
all right. Good shout, actually. That got me thinking. Connor?
0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, mid off.
0-0. Okay.
Yeah, mid off.
I'm copying the Jezza 1-1.
Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah.
Everybody's going for a
I
draw.
learned from the best.
And again, they did beat us, didn't they? So.
Like, this is
And the final prediction of this season from TJ Warren TV.
Who cares?
WC, just put that in.
No one.
Yeah.
Yeti cares and Diego Palace cares.
You know what? No. Diego cares, and we love Diego on this channel. But you know what? Just to be fun, I'll probably throw $5 on it just so I can actually care about it.
Let's go 5-0 for our boy Diego against Yeti. No.
I think it'll be 3-1 Palace.
Can I change my answer? I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
Oh, you're out of here. You're out of here.
No, let's go.
Yeah, you gotta, Connor. If you try to pull that shit again, you're gonna get a point deduction.
Cool. Say no more. So now I'm gonna win. Now I'm going to win.
Now you just piss him off.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be holding the Adam
See you
Sandler.
later. I'll see you next
There you
Friday.
go,
Been great.
All right, guys. Those are the Premier League predictions. I got to get out of here because I am actually going to see the KC Current ladies play tonight. So we will, supporting the local ladies, and should be a good time. What?
Are they playing the Thorns?
I don't even know who they're playing. I think they're playing the Houston Dash. Hold on. Yeah, like this is relevant information, but yeah, they're playing the Houston Dash tonight at Sporting.
This Arsenal game.
Yeah, no, it actually holds more relevancy than. So yeah, all right, guys. Again, thank you guys all so much for coming out. If you have not subscribed to TJ Warren TV, please do that. We have a lot of excellent show ideas for the summer, including transfer window talks, including keep, sell, and bench conversations for all 6 of the big 6 teams. We are going to invite individuals from other channels to talk about who they are going to sell, who they are going to keep, and who they are going to bench. And we are going to me and Dal are going to give our own opinions for those other clubs. We're going to tell those other clubs how they should manage their team. So, that'll be fun when we get the Tottenham guys on. So let's go around. Let's take it around the horn, starting with Matt, the Southern Gooner. Matt, thank you again so much for coming on, man. Anytime having you on, it's an honor. Like I've been telling you guys, I was a fan before I was a peer, and that goes especially for Matt and Jez. So, Matt, shout yourself out.
I always enjoy being here with the brethren. Tomorrow morning, East Coast time, 10 a.m., Manny and Tony Claude Gunner will be coming over, and we'll be talking about the Wolves game, and we'll be talking about this transfer window. And of course, it'll get a little heated over there. And also on Sunday, I will be on with Lee and Ola on the final watch along for the year. And if it was if it was like last weekend, it'd be bananas again this weekend.
Oh, dear.
All right. Big up Matt, and big up Manny, big up Tony Claude every time. Tony, if you're gonna do a watch along, man, I will come over again so we can make somebody's clip show. Jez, shout yourself out. Legend.
Arsenal history and more. Thank you very much for having me on. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me, supported this channel. It's been a great year. It's been great to come on your show, TJ, and DVS. Connor, absolute bloody legend for the young man. You've helped me out so much. Great work for me. And Matt, the Southern Gooner, big up to you, fella. And I've enjoyed it. It's been a great season. It's been great doing YouTube this year. And thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed going on so many different channels. It's amazing. And onwards, nearly on 4K. Hoping to get there for my birthday next week. But it is what it is. But thank you guys for inviting me on. It's been great fun.
Absolutely, Jez, anytime. And by the way, Jez, you know I made my YouTube debut on your channel 3 months ago today.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yes, 3 months ago today. I Jez put out the link on the Instagram chat, and I decided, I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. So yeah, literally 3 months ago today, and then created the channel and did the first American Idiot show. 12 weeks ago. So yeah, almost that's 2.5 months. So yeah, incredible.
Blame me.
Well, a lot of people that I've talked to do blame you.
Yeah.
I know a couple of Tottenham and Man United fans that would blame you for sure. Connor, try yourself out, my man.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on. Love the American Idiot show, man. It's always class, and I know it'll be even better next season. The way it will make it look, of course. Dal, Connor with the most. TJ, of course, the actual host, and Jez and of course, Matty, absolute legends in themselves. It's always. I love coming on this show, guys. It is probably my favorite show to come on any of the shows on YouTube. So I really enjoy all the predictions and stuff. And yeah, feel free to follow me on Instagram, cmo.editing. As you probably guys know, I do editing for a lot of people. And if you need any work for your social medias and YouTube or any of that, feel free to hit me up on the DMs there. I'm more than happy to talk to anyone and help anyone. And I'm on the road to 100 followers on there. I'm on 82 now, so I'm trying to get to 100. And there's some upcoming stuff I'm trying to figure out as well. Some Arsenal related stuff coming up soon. I'll probably announce that when I really get into it properly. So keep your eyes out for that. That might be something I do as soon as the season ends, maybe, and we'll wait and see. But thank you very much, TJ, for having me on. Of course, Dal as well, and looking forward to the next one as well.
Yeah, well, and Connor's been sharing some of his ideas with us in our internal chats, and I will say that this kid's going to continue to blow up. So big up, Connor. Dal, my co-host, my guy. Shout yourself out.
What a show. Check me out, Oregon Goon, on YouTube, on Instagram, infamous_Dow. Thanks again, TJ, for a great show. Jez, Matt, of course, Connor. What can I say about the season? It's been a damn roller coaster of emotions and so forth. But I guess I am happy somewhat to finish second. I mean, I don't know. I'm still really disappointed, to be honest. You can kind of hear it in my voice, see it in my face. I just, I just wish for bigger and better for the club, But, great show today, and hope to see everyone next week.
Yep, absolutely. Same time, same channel next week, 9 p.m. UK time. Guests to be announced. But obviously, these guys are welcome back any time. Just ask for the link, and you guys are in. I'm gonna say, Connor, our call-in show that we had last week was a huge hit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna do another one on either Sunday or Monday. That will be announced. We'll talk about it in the back room and figure out what a good day.
Yeah.
Because Memorial Day is Monday. I am off, so I can do either day.
Cool.
We can kind of do a season.
Back all day Monday over here as well in the UK. So
yeah, so maybe Monday's a good day, midday. late afternoon, early evening UK. That'll be fun. That'd be a fun time to do it. So yeah. And big up everybody in the chat. Big up all of our subs. Big up all my moderators too. All 4 of which are on the panel, but of course, Jaminho, Mama Flossie, everybody who has supported me in the first 2.5 months of this journey, especially me. I say me, but I honestly mean me, Dal and Conor, because without Dal and Conor, this channel would not exist. So big up to those guys. Yeah, come on, you Gunners. It's a friendly, but hey, we'll figure it out. Have a good weekend.